Okay, Ryan Bogward. Is it B-O-R-G? I don't know. What's this child name? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think it's Borgwardt. Borgwardt. Say that 10 times. Ryan Borgwardt. So, back in August, he went kayaking and, well, allegedly went kayaking. And he's from Wisconsin. He's got a wife and I think 3 kids. And he texted his wife, I think, on August the 11th that he was turning the kayak around, heading to shore, and I guess, he'll be home soon or something like that. That was the last she heard of him. And then they spent the next 54 days looking for him. Thousands of acres. They have searched, I think it was 1,500 acres or something like that. That they searched for this man. They had divers going in the water. They had drones going overhead. They found his kayak. They found his life jacket. They found his toolbox and fishing rods and all that stuff, but they didn't find him. 54 days, the man was missing. This is like in October. In October, they found out that on August the 13th, 2 days after he last contacted his wife, on August the 13th, that Canada, the officials there in Canada searched his identification. So his ID pinged there in Canada on August the 11th, 2 days after his wife last heard of him. So he was not missing. He was going towards Canada because his ID was searched or something of that nature there. While they spent 54 days up until October looking for this man. Right now, they believe he is in Europe somewhere. They do not know exactly where. So a search found that the day before he went missing, he cleared his browser. He has a new passport, a new life insurance policy. He had been contacting and communicating with some woman in Uzbekistan. He's got a new laptop hard drive. And again, he is somewhere in Europe. They just do not know where. So the officials are saying, Ryan, let's come forward. Keep in mind the personal hell that he had put his wife and his 3 kids. They're not babies. They're like, teenagers. These people thought, our dad is missing, possibly dead somewhere. And he basically just abandoned all of you to run off with the Nigerian prince that he'd been talking to in Uzbekistan somewhere. So, how is this case going to end? Faked his own death and disappearance to run off and have a new life. Lord have mercy. How is this case going to end? I don't even begin to understand what his family is going through right now. What their minds must be leaking out the side of their ears. It's just, it's flabbergasting for me, and I'm not even in that situation. So, Ryan Borgwardt, I'm sure there's an easier way to say that, but I don't know what it is. This is why I'm not a reporter. I keep saying that. Ryan Borgwardt. Lord have mercy. 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's see what we got here. So transition and flying. So over the water and through the air type of thing. He is definitely far away. And he may run again. Yeah. Yeah, he has he's that's a coward as well. So there's just something he can't face, and maybe it's just simply the affair. Maybe he is just tired of being Ryan Borgwardt. He wants to be, Tom Borgwardt. He wants to go and have a different existence. This is your spy card too, so maybe you want a completely different life. You want to blend into a new surrounding type of thing, and divorce just was not the option because you go to hell, you get divorced. You go to heaven if you abandon your family and make them think that you're dead and missing. I guess. What a interesting. Moving on. The moon and the four of wands. This the sheriff and everybody is saying, hey, Ryan Borgwardt, come back and let's talk this over. This can be worked out. Here's my problem. This is not in the reading, this is in me. So this is what I'm saying. If I were these people, yes, you want your dad to, and all, okay, fine. But Ryan Borgwardt is the same person who abandoned you, made you think he was dead and missing, and you want him to come back in the house? He's not the person you knew. I don't want to lay next to somebody that could do that. And what else are you going to do? Are you just going to get rid of us altogether now? Or are you going to run away again? Or are we going to be in the house and we suddenly have a new maid from Uzbekistan? Like, what? Your home dynamic has some trouble. Now, I mean, you didn't need cards for that, but you don't want this trouble back in your house, is what I'm saying. This is just me being judgmental. It's not what the cards say. I don't think you want that back in your house. The moon is plots and schemes. This has got something behind it that you don't know exactly what, because it hides things. This is the illusions of the mind as well, and so to get you to believe one thing, I'll say one thing, and so forth and so forth, with the liar card right in the middle and the communications card right underneath it. Everything that falls out of his mouth is going to be a lie from here on out, including to the person in Uzbekistan, who probably doesn't even know that he's being searched for all over the world right now. Plots and schemes, liars, communication, running away, house. You do not want all that back in your household, but you do you, boo. There's the family and the legacy and the Queen of Wands. So she wants an explanation, at least. I mean, yeah, you know, maybe get you some insight. That's the Metaphysical Queen, JinLinTarot.com. Go and get you a read and see what you can find. Hopes, the sun, illumination, maybe why, maybe some success at the end. Somebody wants to work this out. And it might be the legacy here. Like the family they want their family back together. Mind you, it's not like they were having some big, drop down, knock down fight or something. He went kayaking. Well, he didn't go kayaking. They thought he went kayaking. Fears, fighting and arguing and bickering and conflict. I mean, that's all I see. Personally, this is in the fears. Fears are not predictive. They're just telling you what could happen. The stronger you fear it, the closer you draw it to you. Blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. Okay, but there could be some fighting and bickering and arguing, not murder or anything like that, but fighting and bickering. There in the environment is the Seven of Pentacles, the assessment, the Knight of Pentacles. They want to take time to look things over. They want to be careful. These are the two farming cards as well, so I don't know if it has something to do with some things that are buried in the ground, like not just literally, but figuratively. Like we want to dig up everything. So I think what they know about him right now when it comes to the Uzbekistan thing is like maybe the surface. That's the surface. Could be something completely different there too. This is also the family land, family legacy, family money, family, all of that. There's something there too around the family. So I don't know if his parents are still alive or if he's got other relatives that are trying to get involved in this too. But everybody is pulling at his energy, trying to get him to come back. Word of solace, the Emperor. There's some structure, there's some rules. These are probably officials that are looking for him there too, some sort of judge. Now, mind you, that's another reason why he would not want to come back, because he's coming back to confessing to fraud, I suppose. The Fool in your word of warning, yeah, this was the stupidest thing you could have done, but, you know. And in the outcome, Ace of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords, the opportunity for a scheme. This is not the man. You don't know this man at all. You do not know who he is. Plots and schemes, liars, communications, they're in the house. Schemes and plots and opportunities to get away with something. This is the Fool. He does not think these things through. He's done this before, not exactly like this, but this is why it's saying something is buried, quite literally and figuratively. There may be something in your backyard. You may have a box or something like that. Fighting, arguing, bickering. You want things to work out, but this is not, you don't know this man at all. So how is this going to work out? I think eventually you'll find him. It'll uncover a whole bunch of things, because the Seven of Swords is a plan to steal, to defraud. But the two swords behind mean that plan can fail. And when you have the word of warning, being the Fool, also in forward motion, your plan does not have all the correct details. You didn't think it all the way through. And so that is going to fail. So he will be found. But all I'm saying is, when you find him, the question is, what did you find? You found someone who, what? Let's see why Ryan Borgwardt ran away from his family. Why? Why did he run away from his family? Let's see. Ryan Borgwardt. Betrayal. Schemes. Well, not schemes, but betrayal. Heartbreak. He didn't love you anymore. He didn't want to be Ryan Borgwardt. He wanted to be Tom Borgwardt. He wanted to be somebody else. Again, the devastation he has put these people through, that they thought he was dead and missing. Like, to have a person just out there and you don't know where is a thing beyond frightening. Been there once myself. So for a person to think that their dad is just 54 days we can't find you, and then all of a sudden your ID is pinged here and we believe you're in Europe with somebody in Uzbekistan and all these type of things. It's just, he didn't love you anymore. He didn't know how to leave, and so there's that. Ace of Swords. You'll find out. There's some betrayal, the Justice, Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, Six of Wands. Yeah, that cowardly spirit. He just didn't want to be there anymore. Yep, there you go. Find something else. Let's move on. Manipulation. Secret life. Overseas. It's for him. It was the only thing he could think to do. I just don't think that that's just all you could have done, young man. But search for this man for months. Well, we shall see.